And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Swing and a miss for that jab. There's that counter shot. Just avoids the left uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Terence Crawford just got rocked. Looks like trouble was averted.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
They exchange punches. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Despite what the judges' scorecards... Oh, wait a minute! Ricky Hatton right now not where he wants to be. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. There's the bell for round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Down goes the hitman. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fighter Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Straight right just misses. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Nice job slipping that left uppercut. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. in that last round. Here comes round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do it? Hold that thought! Crawford's legs are all over the place. How did they survive that?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Just misses right uppercut. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Can't land that jab. They threw the hook. It didn't land. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And there's the bell for round 8. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Crawford is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
Even I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. That jab gets blocked. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Well, it's go back to the drawing board. The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. There's only one, Ricky Hatton, 65 kilos on the button. He's 171 centimeters tall with a reach of 165. And he'll be taking on the legend himself, Terence "Bud" Crawford, 173 centimeters tall, weight 63.5 kilos with a reach of 188 centimeters.
Brawlers are a nightmare. You've got to be strong and fit. Use that long reach, use that long jab. Do it that way, you'll be safe all night.
There's only one, Ricky Hatton, this all-time great welterweight, one of the most beloved fighters in English boxing history. Terence "Bud" Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner.
You can tell both. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. That jab had to hurt. The jab can't find a home. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Nice defense, avoiding the right uppercut. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Terence Crawford just got rocked. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Talk about Hatton in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complete.
On to the second round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The jab can't find a home. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut will probably come in handy.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Uppercut does not score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So close with that uppercut. Saw Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Catch and shoot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round.
What we're doing.
And there's the bell for round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
No rest for the weary. You can't score with that uppercut. That jab was blocked. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. That jab doesn't score. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we continue?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It's happened once. You've got away with it. You can do it again.
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford and that. On to the 4th we go. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Crawford in trouble. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
You're right, Todd. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still have a
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
That hook won't score. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. talk about Crawford in that last round.
Right, let's go.
Back into the fray here in round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nobody home with that hook. A straight right, just missing. Whoa, wait a minute! Crawford is dazed! I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Crawford may be ready to go down. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Switch on. Great work on move that jump slick.
We got complacent. The fight's not over yet.
Let's start the 6. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That uppercut's blocked. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got that thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That left uppercut doesn't score. The jab can't find a home. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. Well, we know... And there's the bell for round 7. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Ricky Hatton has been big punch, and Ricky Hatton is down. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
That's lights out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your girl.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Gotta look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow, get to the end of the round.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Hatton in that last one. Round 8, and we're off again. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? To be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice job blocking the hook. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are
Looks like he's gonna survive the round here, but just barely. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the